Welcome everybody to this edition of Ultimate Questions, people, the Q&A segment where I answer your NBA or NFL questions. Everybody, I got some great questions to get to today and I can't wait to answer them. But before I do that, I just want to let you guys know how to get your question on the show any other time. All you have to do is before the Tuesday Ultimate Questions video comes out, all you got to do is go to my community section either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday before the show comes out and post your questions under the community post that tells you to submit your question for the specific date that you want to get your question on the show, everybody. But without further ado, let's hop into these fire questions. Let's go. Alright, this first question comes from NFL Paradise and they ask, are the Giants for real? Absolutely. The Giants are absolutely for real. This is going to be a wild card team. I don't know if they win the division over the Eagles. They may edge it out over the Cowboys if they can beat the Cowboys just one more time. But this team is going to be a wild card team at the least, in my opinion. I like what that defense is doing. I like what the offense is doing. My favorite quality about this team, it's not Saquon Barkley. It's not that Daniel Jones isn't making a ton of mistakes. It's not anything about the receiving core or anything. It's the fact that this is one of the most clutch teams in the NFL. They have done incredible at closing out games in every single one of their wins. 5 out of their 6 wins have been them doing the right thing in the fourth quarter to be able to close out the game. The Titans game is an example. Panthers game is an example. They closed that out how they needed to in the final minutes of that game. Don't even get me started on the Ravens game or the Packers game. And then in the recent game versus the Jaguars that they played here in week 7, it was a game where with 5.5 minutes left in the game, Daniel Jones scored a touchdown. They also got a field goal in the last 5 minutes, and they didn't let the Jaguars score in the last 5.5 minutes in that game. My favorite quality about this Giants team is that they're clutch, and you have to give it up for Brian Daboll because this team is so clutch. They're great situationally, and that falls on the coach. They have been great in crunch time. That falls on Brian Daboll, people. But hey, we got to mention it. Saquon Barkley is leading the way for this team, and you have to applaud him for that. But Daniel Jones is also doing his job. He's taking what the defense gives him, and I think he's not being the reason his team loses. You got to put that also on Brian Daboll. You got to give him credit for that. But Daniel Jones is taking what is in front of him. He's making the plays that are just in his clear vision, taking what the defense gives him, and he's not being the reason his team loses. They're winning in spite of him, but Daniel Jones is not the reason that the Giants are losing. And if he can continue to do that, which I trust the Giants to put him in a position to do, then this team is going to keep having success, especially with Saquon going off the way that he has, that defense playing the clutch defense that it has played over the past season here. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Giants. They are absolutely the real deal, and they will be a wild card team. Like I said, Daniel Jones has been great, just not being the reason the Giants lose and just doing what he needs to do and allowing them to win in spite of him. The dude only has 2 interceptions through 7 weeks of the season. Very proud of Daniel Jones, very proud of Saquon. This offensive line has overachieved. Like I said, this defense has played clutch. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Brian Daboll. He's the coach of the year right now. Great question here from NFL Paradise. The Giants are in fact the real deal. It's about that time for them. Alright, this question comes from Playmakers and they ask, the Lakers have to trade Westbrook, right? Yeah, absolutely. They do have to trade Russell Westbrook. It's just not beneficial for either sides now. It's not working for the Lakers. It's obviously not working for Westbrook. You just got to get a deal done if you're LA to really get the best years out of the last years of LeBron and still put good pieces around him and AD. And for Westbrook, it's just not a good fit. They're asking him to be more of a perimeter presence, and they're really also asking him to really just take shots further from the basket, move off the ball, and not be a guy who has the ball most of the time and has more freedom to push the ball near the paint. They got to get him out of there. It's not a fit. It's not that Russell Westbrook is bad. It's just a bad fit for him right now. And look, they just got to move off of it because you're in the years now where you're at the edge of LeBron's career. He probably signed his last extension with them. That's probably going to be it. You got to get your best years out of it. And trading Westbrook is going to give you the best shot to be able to get the best years out of LeBron. Waiting longer and longer to trade Westbrook is just wasting time. Here's my problem with the Lakers, everybody. Here's my problem with what they've done this offseason. Also to just really go into the season with Westbrook. The Lakers saw the problem last year with Westbrook being a bad fit. They saw the downsides of not having floor spacers and shooters around LeBron and AD. They've been given the right and wrong blueprints to win, and they chose to not follow that blueprint. They chose to do nothing about the misfits of this team in the offseason. They chose to run back what did not work for them previously. You can't play around like that when you have an aging LeBron who's probably on his last contract with this team. They're wasting time. They went back to something that did not work when they had other options to move off of it too. We've seen all of the trade discussions that have gone on where it's a package centered around Westbrook, where the Lakers either get Hield and Turner, or they go get Michael Conley, Jordan Clarkson, and Rudy Gay from the Jazz for Westbrook or 1 or 2 first-round picks. Here's the thing, the Lakers are going to have to make a hard decision. Do you want to keep those picks and not include them in the Westbrook trade and not ended up getting anything right now that can benefit LeBron and AD and getting shooters around them? Or are you going to go ahead, pull the trigger, and get LeBron and AD what they need in these final years of LeBron? They're going to have to make a tough decision here, because you're not getting a trade done unless you at least include one of those first round picks from, I believe, 2027, 2029 in one of these trades, because you're basically salary dumping Russell Westbrook for 2 or 3 players. And it's not just a salary dump for like 2 or 3 years for Westbrook. Westbrook is a free agent after this year. So teams are going to want some long-term solution if they're only going to have a Westbrook who is getting paid $44 million for 1 year. So you're going to have to include a pick in there. This is the only way the Lakers are going to make this happen, especially just the way Westbrook has also played right now. You're going to have to include like a first-round pick in this, and they've just been reluctant to do it. They have to make a hard choice here. Do you want to win now with LeBron, or are you going to waste LeBron and focus on winning later? That's just a hard choice they have to make right now, people. And if they want to help out LeBron, they are going to go ahead and trade Westbrook and package those picks. But if they don't want to win now, they want to keep playing around and mess around, they're going to waste LeBron. I'm just sorry. They got to pull the trigger, people. So yeah, man, the Lakers got to trade Westbrook right now to get some shooters around LeBron and AD, because that was how they won the championship in 2020. You're going to have to do that again. And obviously with Westbrook, it's just not working right now. You have to trade him. It's a bad fit for both sides. And look, at this point, it's just only right that you go ahead and accommodate yourselves and Russell Westbrook with the best situations for both sides, people. So that's just my thoughts on it, everybody. But this is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the answers to these 2 questions today, everybody. Other than that, this has been Malik Hicks, aka The Ranker of the Ultimate Sports TV, signing off. Peace out, and I'll see you on the other side.